We're looking at is how to automate a tracking system. For this case, this is a scholarship qualifications tracker. I have over 400 or so students who need to meet 9 different qualifications in order to receive this scholarship. Okay, so for the way, or one of the issues here is the number of students that I'll be tracking. That's just simply so many. That would take a lot of time to manually track. Number two, a lot of this information is going to be coming at different points in time and from different places. I've already begun using this tracker, but I'm going to be building out one of the data meshes to make this run for a couple more qualifications. Okay. The first thing to note is this tracker I created as all check marks. These check marks are then calculated here at the top to know how many students met that qualification. And there's other items here as well. I can't do too much scrolling because there is information in here. But there's a couple qualifications I need to go over. Specifically, that's qualification 9. I'm going to be building qualification 5 and qualification 6. Okay, these are the 3 we're going to be focusing on. So the way that we've decided to do this is through a form. Basically, you're going to create another sheet, and in the sheet, you're going to create a form. I've already created this form with an understanding of what is necessary. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the form. On this form, notice there's only one area that's a check mark, okay? That's a little bit of an issue, and it's going to create a little bit more work for us. And I'm going to walk us through that as well. The reason that is because we use this data in multiple ways, not just for this qualifications, but also for calculations for other reporting that we are required to do. So I have a drop down here for whether or not they did the FAFSA. And I also have a drop down for the type of enrollment they have after graduation, whether it's less than 2 years, 2 years, 3 or 4, or if they didn't enroll into anything at all afterwards. Now, because these 2 are drop downs, it would be, we need to make a few more adjustments, okay? So that the check marks can transfer, okay? So we're turning back to the form. You'll see I've already done this process, okay? This is the FAFSA question that's on my form. And not included on the form is this additional area. I created an additional column specifying it as qualification 6 on our tracker, FAFSA. I did the same thing for enrollment as qualification. Oh, sorry, this one's 6, the other one is 5 on the tracker. And so you have the question, then you have a corresponding item that's a check mark. What does this look like? Well, obviously, I'm not going to go through and click through all of that. This is going to be an automation. So go up to your automation and your workflow. I've already created these 2 workflows, and you can see them here. We'll take a look here at FAFSA qualification. Basically, you select that if the FAFSA question is answered with completion of the FAFSA, then I want to change that new column I made into a check marked item, okay? Same thing here for my enrollment qualification, a little bit reversed though, because there's 4 different possible responses and only one that I don't want to count towards their qualification. What I do here is I said, if enrollment is not this specific answer, right? If it's any of my other answers that I provided to them, then I want my check mark to appear. Okay, what does that look like in action? Well, let's go back to the form. Enrollment, we'll select all the different responses just to make sure it's working and just to show you what this looks like. And then same thing for FAFSA, we'll do the same thing. I notice it's not automatically entering. You do. The information must, of course, be saved. Still not entering, but you see that these are checkmark fields. Give it a couple more moments and boom, the automatic check marks have applied to the ones that it would be actually applicable to, okay? Now that I have check mark responses available, now I can do my data mesh. So let me go ahead and show you how to do a data mesh. Data mesh is an extension. It's an app within or in cooperation with Smartsheet. So you head to DataMesh. It may ask you to log in. Just hit log in with Smartsheet. I've already done so. I have a lot of different data meshes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new configuration, always starting with your source sheet. In this case, the source sheet is the form. So end of your form. My target sheet, also what I call my destination sheet. But my target sheet is going to be scholarship tracker. Okay, what that's saying is the information was input on the form and I need the information moved and matched onto my tracker. How is my system going to know what to match? Well, it says the lookup value. The lookup value in this case is going to be the student. Student name is a dropdown that I pre-created, so all students are preloaded in here as possible dropdown options. That is really important because this is how the sheets are going to talk to each other and understand each other. It's going to match their names, okay? Okay, now that it's found, I found this student filled out the form. What information do you want me to pull? Well, I want it to pull number 1. I want it to pull diploma. And diploma matches qualification 9, then my qualification 6 to qualification 6, and qualification 5 to qualification 5. Something to note, these ones I made really easy for myself in the titling of my columns to make that transfer. And I didn't do quite as simply here for diploma. Honestly, the more smart you can be with your column titles, the better in the long run. But that is how I had built it already. So we're going to roll with it. I'm just verifying qualification 9, correct. Okay. So now I told it, find the students, match the information. Next, I want it to go ahead and I do want it to override whatever information is in there. And I also want it to run immediately. So as soon as the student inputs their form, I want that information to automatically be showing on my tracker. And again, I have a ton, you can see behind here, I have a ton of different data meshes that I run. So we need to be very smart about our titling. So this is going to be qualification 5, 6, and 9. End of year form for end of year form to scholarship tracker. Okay, the more specific you can be, the easier it is going to be for you later down the line. Okay, it's just asking you to double check that everything looks right to you. 6 goes to 6, 5 goes to 5. Yeah, great. Pick first match, yada yada yada. Perfect. Add. Okay. So now when a student fills out this form, it'll match the student name. It'll take this data and it'll automatically check mark the correct boxes. It'll count it up for me. And this sheet will do quite a few other things. When I build a new sheet, I can go into more detail with this so that I can put in some dummy names, but with the information that's in here right now, I can't do that. But that is how data mesh works. It saves a lot of time. This is the same system that I do for attendance. And as an easier way to track attendance and all kinds of things. This system actually has this tracker system has quite a few different things built into it. But I hope this helps. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this false data, save all of that. Make sure you're always hitting save as you go. And I hope this helped. I look forward to making more instructional videos in the future. Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.